Hello everyone, it's me. Oh gosh, camera's shaking. I'm gonna let it settle. Hello everyone, it's me, Miss Nicole, or Nicole, whichever you prefer to call me, and welcome to another interactive fiction adventure club. In this one, we read a book, but we don't read it from cover to cover. We read it to a certain point, and then we have to make a choice. So I have this to help us make a choice. If we land on the odd number, which is 1, 3, and 5, we go with the top choice. If we end on an even number, we'll go with the bottom choice. So oh my gosh, I am losing my words. We'll see how me actually reading the story goes, because it seems like I'm struggling today. But anyway, 2, 4, and 6, which are the even ones, we'll go with the bottom choice. We're going to be exploring this book today called Stanley Hotel, a chilling interactive adventure by Allison Lassieur. So it has 30 choices and 16 different endings. So let's get into it. Introduction. You are trapped in a haunted hotel at the family vacation gone awry. What's meant to be a fun ski getaway in the Rocky Mountains has become a night of terror at the Stanley Hotel. A blizzard shrieks outside, and inside there are ghosts around every corner. It's late, and a few guests who are also trapped with you in the hotel have gone to bed. The living ones, that is. Are you brave enough to investigate who or what else might have checked in? And here is a picture of the place. It's the first settlers in Estes Park. And then in the 1860s, tourists began vacationing there near the end of the century. The Stanley Hotel opened in 1909. Check-in. That's it. That's the most haunted hotel in America? Your brother Alex snorts in his drink cup beside you in the backseat of the famous Stanley Hotel as it comes into view. It doesn't look haunted. Just you wait, your father says from the front in his creepiest horror movie voice. Let me try that again. Just you wait. Is that creepy? I don't know. I tried. That's it. You know I normally don't do voices. That's going to be my extent. But you agree with Alex. As the car turns onto the road leading to the hotel, disappointment washes over you. All you can see are glimpses of a huge building and blood-red roof peeking out among the trees. The Rocky Mountains rise majestically behind the hotel. Above the mountains, the sky is filled with ominous dark clouds. It's pretty, but it's not scary or spooky like you expected. Your mom taps her phone, frowning. The weather report doesn't look good, she says, for the 100th time since you've gotten on the road this morning. You're saying it's the worst freak snowstorm in years. At least we made it to the hotel in time, your dad says as he pulls up to the front. I'm sure it'll blow over tonight and we can go skiing tomorrow, just like we planned. For weeks, your family has been planning this ski trip to Colorado. The only place your mom wants to stay was the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park. The Stanley, more than 100 years ago, had all antique old elegance that you and your mom like. When you found out about the Stanley's ghostly reputation, things got even more interesting. How cool would it be to stay in a real haunted hotel? You expected a dark, foreboding Victorian building with hanging shutters and creaking steps, but instead, the stark white hotel sits grandly on snow-covered ground. The dark clouds help with the ghostly mood, but you're feeling let down. Everyone spills out of the car as the hotel staff helps you unload the luggage and the ski gear. You grab your suitcase and casually look up, noticing the rows of windows from the front of the hotel. Your eyes stop on one window. A shadowy figure stands in the frame. It's hazy, like a blurry picture. You can't make out its face, but somehow you know it's staring right at you. A cold wind blows across your face as the sun goes behind the storm clouds. You blink. When you look back, the figure is gone. Did you see that? You say, pointing to the window. Alex throws his skis over his shoulder and gives you a shove. Not going to work, he says, grinning. No such thing as ghosts. It's just a way for this old hotel to make money. But you know what you saw something. Shaken, you enter the lobby, across the gleaming hardwood floors, past comfortable chairs to the marble and wood front desk. It's quiet. Too quiet. The lobby is empty except for your family. Now that you think about it, the parking lot was empty too. Where is everyone? You ask the desk clerk, trying not to sound worried. It's the storm, the woman replies. We've been getting a lot of cancellations all day. As if on cue, the dark clouds pass overhead, dimming the lobby. Alex's eyes widen, and they shakes it off and laughs. Don't worry, the cook says. You'll be safe here. There are a few other guests, so you won't be alone. Then she leans forward and conspiratorially and whispers, then again, you're never really alone at the Stanley Hotel. Alex laughs, and the desk clerk winks. That's true, that's true, whether there are living guests here or not, she adds. Your mom puts her phone away and not hearing what the woman said and we're seeing your nervous reaction. What rooms are available, she asks. The woman smiles. You're very lucky. 2 of the most haunted rooms are available. Would you like to go to room 217 or 418? Most haunted, you ask. Like, just how haunted are we talking? The woman smiles again. Wait and see. All right, so let's roll. That was not the roll. All right, we got a 3, which is an odd number, so we're going with the top choice. So we are going to go to room 217. You flip a coin and you choose room 217. The carpeted hallways are eerily quiet as you walk towards the room. The hallway stretches long and empty behind you, yet you feel though someone is watching you. What's so special about 217, I wonder, you say out loud in a hushed voice. You never heard of 217, the bellhop says as he pushes the cart of luggage. You've heard of the writer Stephen King, right? You nod. Your mom and dad read his horror stories, and you've seen a few movies on cable that were based on them. Well, so what does he have to do with anything? Stephen King and his wife Tabitha stayed one night, the bellhop says. They were here for a very last night. The hotel was open that year, and there were only guests. The bellhop gives a sidelong glance. After a single night in the room, he intones, King got the idea for the book The Shining. It's about a haunted hotel. The ghosts there drive a man insane. This Alex suddenly shoves you from behind and let out a screech. He laughs and happy he got you. You glare at Alex, but your heart is beating fast. You've never seen the movies, but you've heard it was one of the scariest films ever made. The bellhop seems to read your mind. If you haven't seen it, don't worry. One of the channels on the TV is your room. Plays it on loop. A short hallway then ends into a wooden door with another bedside behind it. Here it is, room 217, the bellhop says. You two can have that room, your dad says. We'll take the one next door. Get changed and meet us downstairs for dinner. Slowly, you open the door, heart beating furiously. You're not sure what to expect, but it's just an ordinary room. The 2 large antique beds, some furniture, a wooden table with 2 chairs. Outside, the wind has picked up, moaning mournfully as it rattles the windows, even though it's early and the storm clouds have made it fully dark outside. So, what's in this room anyway? You ask the bellhop who's standing there. The bellhop glances into the room. You notice he's pushed the bags into the room without ever crossing the threshold. There are noises, he says in a low voice, things moving around on their own, doors opening and closing by themselves. Without another word, he hurries off. To ease your mind, you open all the doors and turn on the lights. Alex is sprawled on the bed, flipping channels, and he finds the one dedicated to The Shining and is grinning at you. Leaves it there. I'm starving, he says. Let's go find mom and dad. I'm not hungry at all, you reply, and your stomach suddenly knots. Alex jumps up and heads to the door. Do what you want. So do you stay in the room or do you meet your family in the restaurant? I'm going to take a drink of water, then roll my die. All right, so we are going to go to the restaurant. You get an uneasy feeling as the family the family is seated for dinner at the Cascades restaurant at the hotel. The coming storm creates a weird greenish glow as the wind rises, moaning against the windows. As you glance at the menu, you suddenly notice your family is not alone in the restaurant. The waiter disappears and takes your order, then disappears again. The only other person in the room is the bartender. Come on, Alex says, let's go to the bar. He drags you out of the seat. The huge gleaming wood bar looks like you got an old movie and tall murals on the wall behind it. Reluctantly, you follow Alex, where he orders a Coke and his best Western drawl. The drinks arrive and you nervously sit at the bar, half listening to Alex raves about the ski slopes. A small movement catches your eye and you flinch. Alex's glass is sliding slightly across the bar. It stops an inch from your hand. Hey, that's mine, Alex says, grabbing the glass. You blink, not sure what you saw. Not sure you really saw what you think you saw. No more caffeine for me, you think, pushing your own glass away and returning to the table. During the entire meal, no one else comes into the restaurant. By the time you finish, you're jumpy and your stomach is in knots. The wind blows against the windows, icy snow hissing against the glass. The lights flicker once, then twice. Even the bartender is gone now. We're going back to the room, your dad says. It's been a long day. Let's do some exploring, Alex says. Maybe we'll see some ghosts. So are we going to go back to the room or are we going to explore the hotel? Let's see. 3. So we are going to go back to the room. You don't want to explore. Alex calls you a name and stomps off. You won't tell him not to go, but he's gone before you can work up the nerve. Your unease grows as you walk through the empty hotel. At every turn, you expect some signs of life, but no one appears. Your parents feel it too. Your mom trembles as she gives you an extra long hug goodnight. When you open the door to your room, there are noises coming from the bathroom. Someone is running water. Could Alex be back already? Nervously, you creep towards the door and listen for familiar sounds. But all you can hear is water. Wiping your sweaty hands on your jeans, you reach for the knob and open the door. The shower is going full blast, and the foggy steam swirls in the air. You grab the shower curtain, pulling so hard it rips off the metal rings, but no one's there. Alex, you jerk, you think, trying to laugh about it. Turning off the water, you flop into bed. You're going to get him back, but you can't shake off the strange feeling in the pit of your stomach. You flip through the television's channels, trying to keep your mind occupied. You can't stop feeling as though something is wrong, though. You turn down the volume, you think. Then you notice all the suitcases stacked neatly in one corner. You didn't do that. You got off the bed and pulled one of the dressers, and you got off the bed and pull open one of the dresser drawers. Your clothes is folded neatly inside. You pick up the phone and press the button. Hello, front desk, a friendly voice says. How can I help you? Hi, you say. I'm in room 217. Has housekeeping or maintenance or someone else been in our room since we arrived? There's a pause at the other end. I'm sorry, he says. You said room 20. You said 217? Yes, you break into a cold sweat. Why? No one on the staff has been in that room today, the voice says. Then there's a click and the call disconnects. You put down the receiver and stare at the stacked luggage. There's no explanation. One of your parents must have put anything else. There has to be an explanation. One of your parents must have put everything away. That's it. That must be it. You're taking a deep breath. You relax. Folded clothes aren't scary. You got to the room to yourself and out until Alex gets back, and you're wasting it worrying about nothing. Then the hotel trembles and the lights flicker again. Maybe being alone isn't such a good idea. So we're going to go look for Alex, or we're going to stay in the room. So we got a 2, so we're going to stay in the room. You shake off your uneasiness and flop back down on the bed, turning on the TV and flipping channels while it's trying to ignore the storm inside. There's nothing good on, and the moaning wind makes you edgy. Nervous, you get up and pace the room. Movements catch your eye. One of the pillows sitting on the middle of the bed slides to the floor. You stare dumbly at the pillow. There's no way it could have just fallen off on its own. You're trying to figure things out when your phone rings, scaring you so bad that you jump halfway across the room. Your hands shake as you pull out the phone. It's a text from your friend, Jordan. See any ghosts yet? Haha, not yet, you type back. You're both irritated with your friend's timing and glad for human contact. With your arm outstretched, you make a goofy face and snap a selfie. Just another boring night, you type and hit send. Instantly, the phone pings again. The 4 words on your screen makes your heart freeze. Who's that with you? You scroll up your messages and enlarge the photo. There's your face, but there's something behind you. A shadowy figure sits on the bed behind you, its arms outstretched. You drop the phone. You can't turn around. You want to move, to run, but your body is paralyzed. With a fear, get to the door, you think. Just get to the door. You take one step forward. The lights go out, plunging you into darkness. You dash for the door, but trip over a chair in the process. You call frantically to the room, around the room until you find the door, but instead, the hallway, you find yourself in the bathroom. Before you can back out, the door slams behind you, trapping you inside. No amount of pushing and pulling will make the door move. You curl into a ball on a cold tile floor, and suddenly the shower, the sink, blast of life, spring icy water everywhere. The water spreads onto the floor, under the door, and into the carpet. The noise bursting from the faucets drowns out your cries. Hotel workers come in to find the source of the flood, discover in the morning, shivering and babbling. At the hospitals, the doctors can't find anything physically wrong with you, but your mind is never quite the same. Eventually, your parents place you in a private hospital. Most of the days, you sit quietly, a model patient. You only have 3 strange quirks. You refuse to take showers. You never sleep on a pillow, and your cell phones are forbidden. The end. So that is just one of the 16 endings of this book. I'm going to have to learn a little bit about the history of the Stanley Hotel, but you can go and explore some of the other endings. Epilogue: The Haunted Hotel. Every list of the most haunted places in America includes the Stanley Hotel. The majestic hotel sits at the entrance of the Rocky Mountains National Park in Estes, Colorado. Die-hard paranormal fans from around the world flock to the hotel every year. They hope to catch a glimpse of one of the dozens of spirits that lurk in the elegant hallways and rooms. The hotel began as a dream of one man. In 1903, Freeland Oscar F.O. Stanley suffered from tuberculosis, known as consumption in Stanley's day. Following the doctor's orders, Stanley and his wife Flora traveled to a tiny village of Estes Park in the Rocky Mountains. They hoped to find fresh air with Colonel Stanley. It worked, and Stanley decided to stay and build an elegant hotel that would attract the finest of the East Coast society. Stanley's friends were astonished by the hotel. It had electric lighting, plumbing, telephones, and all the trappings of a high-class life, in all the middle of the wilderness. For years, the Stanley Hotel was the mountain retreat of the rich. They were driven to the hotel in special cars known as Stanley steamers. After Stanley died, the hotel passed through several owners. Because there was no heating system, it closed at the end of each summer. By the 1970s, the wealthy guests were long gone, and Stanley had a reputation for being a haunted and run-down hotel. Everything changed when a writer, Stephen King, stayed at the hotel near the end of its season. That single night inspired King to write his biggest bestseller, The Shining. After the book was released, people began coming to the Stanley Hotel to experience the haunting of the hotel. The spirits of Stanleys are not menacing, but there are a lot of them. The Stanleys themselves are perhaps the best-known ghosts. They have been spotted in the lobby, on the staircase, in the various rooms. Flora's ghost is usually accompanied by the scent of roses, and the hotel staff believes Stanley himself has made an appearance by the smell of cherry tobacco. The hotel's 4th floor, the formerly quarters of the nannies and children of wealthy guests, is the most haunted. 4th floor guests report hearing children playing and laughing and tossing a ball through the hallways. There are hundreds of accounts of strange paranormal phenomena occurring throughout the hotel, including cold spots, otherworldly sounds, voices, and doors that open and shut on their own. Even people who don't believe in ghosts are surprised at the thousands of photos, recordings, and personal accounts of the paranormal experiences from guests. Does this mean this hotel is truly haunted, or are all these events just wishful thinking on the public who wants to believe? We may never know for sure. In the back, it includes a timeline, glossary, so if there are any words you're not sure of, and other ways to explore information about the Stanley Hotel more. But thank you for spending some time with me, and that is it for this edition of Interactive Fiction Adventure Club. Hopefully it wasn't too spooky for you. Bye.